So in terms of Carnival this year, we have over 1 million people coming to the streets of London, and what we're going to be doing in policing is making sure that we are there to support, deliver Carnival. It's a complex operation. It presents unique challenges due to the size and the population coming to the streets of London, but we're there to make sure that we tackle serious violence, and obviously there are concerns around crowd safety. Our role there is going to make sure that we intervene for anyone who's coming to commit crime. It's going to be to protect those from serious violence, such as knife crime and violence against women and girls, and also to support the organisers into managing crowd safety. So last year there were 8 stabbings, and unfortunately and tragically 2 people were murdered. That is absolutely at the forefront of our minds as we enter Carnival this year. Our focus remains on tackling serious violence and taking knives off the streets so that we can deliver a safe and secure Carnival. We have a range of tactics that we're going to be employing during Carnival, which includes using CCTV at areas of concern. The police will have powers, for example, stop and search, take dangerous knives and weapons off the streets. We'll be using live facial recognitions on the approaches to and from Carnival, but the work doesn't just start at Carnival. It started in the weeks preceding that, where we've made over 100 arrests of people potentially coming to Carnival to cause serious violence. 21 of those have been recalled to prison, and we've put bail conditions on over 100 people to stop them from coming to Carnival. But that's also included seizing weapons and knives. So, for example, we've seized 11 firearms and 40 knives, and we hope that those interventions will make a significant difference to Carnival so we can deliver it safely.
What do you say to the people that are worried about it?
Okay, so live facial recognition is an important tactic that we're going to be using at Carnival this year. It's really important that we give officers the technology in order to be able to support them to make effective policing decisions. So we are going to be using live facial recognitions on the approaches to and from Carnival, but not within the Carnival boundary. It's really important that we give officers a tool so they can identify and intercept anyone who's coming to Carnival that poses a significant risk to public safety. And it is effective. We've had over 1,000 arrests in 2024 in terms of using live facial recognition. I do recognise the concerns that the public have around live facial recognitions, and we've been working closely with communities. The live facial recognition has also been independently tested to look at whether there's any bias and discrimination. And again, there are no bias and discrimination found in regards to the use of live facial recognition. So we're going to continue to use it at Carnival this year in order to support people and to deliver a safe and secure event. So we saw last year over 349 arrests for various offences. As I've mentioned, we have incidents where unfortunately officers are assaulted, and we had incidents of serious violence. We spoke about the 8 stabbings and also tragically the 2 murders that have happened. But again, officers are there, 7,000 officers deployed from Sunday and also on Monday to intervene, to take action where we see that. If anyone is in Carnival who's intent on committing crime, again we urge them to stay away, because violence has no place in Carnival. So obviously we've spoken about the crime figures. The focus this year is going to be on serious violence and crime. We have officers on the streets to make sure that we can intervene appropriately in order to support people, victims and witnesses, if they are, for example, victims of crime. We're there to make sure that we can support people, we can intervene where necessary, we can take action and get best evidence. So, in terms of Carnival and how we police it, we use a range of tactics in order to keep people safe and to target serious violence, including knife crime and violence against women and girls. Stop and search is a really important tactic that we use in terms of policing, and it's there to take weapons off the streets, knives and also dangerous instruments. The police are aware of their powers and are aware to use it proportionately and fairly. We know that obviously communities have concerns, and we are aware of the impact of using stop and search, but it's a really important tactic to use in Carnival to keep people safe and to remove dangerous weapons. We want people to come into Carnival, have a great time, enjoy the music, but also to leave and get home safely.
What promise do you have on that?
So the focus of the policing operation is not to dance at Carnival, it is to look at serious violence and crime. It's there to keep people safe. It is a challenging event due to the size and the population and the popularity of the event. So, and there are, for example, crowd density issues. So, the policing operation is important that we make sure that we have a focus on serious violence, and we're looking at that as part of our operation. So, we want people to have a good time, but our focus will be on making sure that people have a safe Carnival.
For me, it's just really good to see everybody coming together in a space, people from all different walks of life. It's really nice to see everybody coming together and enjoying the culture and celebrating with each other. Well, it's an ongoing issue, the funding of Carnival, whether it's for the steel bands, the sound systems, the mass bands. Carnival is made up from a lot of volunteer time over the years, and we're trying to work hard to try and increase commercial sponsorship so that we can, make sure that the participants are able to, create artistically in a meaningful way. And part of that is, the part of the management of the event and making sure it's safe. Well, I think it speaks for itself. The numbers are comparatively low, but that being said, we don't condone any violence or anything. We want people to come and celebrate the event for what it is. An event to bring people together peacefully and celebrate what we have in common, rather than what our differences are. It's not really a balance, it's something that we want to do. We want attendees to come and feel safe and enjoy the event, and we want the artists, musicians, designers to be able to display their art to the broadest possible spectrum of people that they can.
I'm sure that.
Well, we work closely with the police on, we spend 12 months of the year planning, working with them to try and make sure that attendees come and they feel safe. So it's an ongoing partnership. Carnival will never be ticketed. It cannot be ticketed. But crime actually decreased last year on the previous year. So I think this year we've made some major steps in terms of the particularly on crowd safety. And the team's growing. We have experts in various fields working on the event, and we see us developing that, and also some succession planning, bringing younger people in to lead the carnival to the next stage. Carnival's an organic thing, it always evolves and grows, and we need to make sure that the next generation are armed with the skills and knowledge to be able to run the event safely. Carnival is a gift to London. I would say come and enjoy the event. Do so respectfully, and you'll have a great time. I would say they maybe don't know what they're talking about. I think the safety plans that go into Notting Hill Carnival, are huge. There's so many layers to it. We cover a lot of aspects. We've got a lot of partners that put a lot of work into it. There's so many partners in Carnival that delivers it. It's not just Notting Hill Carnival Limited. There's multi-agencies and other partners that help us to deliver it, and everyone puts a lot of hard work in for 12 months of the year to make it happen and make it safe. We want people to feel safe, so at the end of the day we want our partners to do what they need to do in order to make sure that the attendees of Carnival are able to attend so safely.